Hey guys, LCC Blueberry here. I'm going to walk you through what I do with the Smashbox Experience Kit from Hitbox Arcade. So, this is a very exciting product for me. You probably have seen my unboxing already. If not, check it out on the channel. I'll have a link in the description for it. But basically, it's a board that's in the Smashbox that you can use, a full kit that you can use to build yourself your own custom controller without having to buy a Smashbox, rip the guts out, and then go ahead and put it into another controller. So here I have two examples of what I do with it. The one on the left is a work in progress project. Please excuse the minor cracks on the plexi right now. I have replacement plexis for this that I'm going to swap on once I get the artwork for it, which I don't have yet. I'm waiting on the commission. And I was dumb and went and wiped it with isopropyl alcohol, which is a no-no for plexis because they actually can crack them. So I luckily have replacements for it, so that's not an issue. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to start off with this guy here right in front. This is my custom dual modded Smashbox with a custom layout on here. You notice, so let me grab my example of a regular Smashbox real quick from behind me. So here is a regular Smashbox layout, as you all know. Well, it has the WASD cluster straight, and there's not as much spacing here between the WASD cluster and this cluster here. For me, this fits my hands perfectly and allows me to play fighting games with it. I have it dual modded so that I can have these guys. These guys are both my up, and then I play hitbox layout with this. So I play like this for the directionals. Then I also have buttons here that I can map at the thumb cluster. So this was built with a heavily modified all fight sticks case. So I basically have on the back here, this is the port for my Brook board. I made a little Nutric port adapter for the Smashbox cable. And then I have my control buttons for the Brook board on the back, as well as this is wired to start for the Smashbox itself. Got my light switch is on the back. These are the D-pad switch and the profile switches. So on the side here, I got my light. This is hard to do out of frame. Side here, I've got my light switch. Shuts off my lights, which I'll shut off now to save battery. And my USB ports on the side for the input display and such. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab my pad here. It's my mat here, so that I can take this apart without scratching the buttons. I don't care much about the plexi because it's messed up. But yeah, I have the button for the battery bank through on the bottom here and some foam on the bottom. I'll probably clean the foam up at some point and get better screws that don't stick out through the bottom here, because I didn't like the feet that came on the All Fight Sticks case with it. But let's get this apart and show you the inside. And this one's a little bit hard to open up. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off to the side here. Notice I've got battery bank stuff wired. That's to power my LED control board. Smashbox Experience board. You can't really see it because it's out of frame. Slide this over a little bit. So this SBX board is kind of here under all of this wiring and my LED spy board on top. But basically I got the internals in here of a Smashbox and also my LED mod boards and such. So that was my first trek into Smashbox Experience. So now we're going to move on to my second trek. I'll set this guy off to the side, out of frame here. Make sure it's stable. I'll put it back together later. So this is going to help me out with my modding endeavors. So right now, it's loaded up with my mod board and plugged in just so I could demonstrate it. Has the LED mod board on it. So what's cool is this has the SBX kit on it, and I'll remove the mod board to show you a little bit more in a minute. But I have it powered by wall power over here with this guy, and it goes into the switch in the box so I can switch the LEDs on and off. I also have a USB pass-through to the back USB here. I have two of them here. I use the one from one of my other SPX kit, but the nunchuck port, the standard SPX USB port, Then my LED switch. We'll shut the LEDs off now. Then you got the profile switches on the side. And then you've got your standard Smashbox input connector. I'm not going to take this one apart because it's a bit of a pain to get together. I made the case a little tight. But what I am going to do is I'm going to remove my mod board. So let's unplug it from the switch so that we're not powering it. And we'll unplug all of my little side attachments here. And I can change these up if I need a different power input setup to run to the switch. I can use a different one. If I need a different connector for USB, which I will for my newer rendition of this board. This is the old revision. I'm waiting on... I have revision 1. This is 1.0 here, but I had to do some bodges to it because I messed up, and one of these guys is flipped incorrectly. So I'm waiting for a new set of those. So those will be cool. But let's get this guy off. It's a little tight because I haven't used these pins a lot, and which is good because when you plug something in, you don't want it coming out. So now we got that board off. I can show you this a little bit better. So basically what I've done is, if you notice, I've got all of these labels here. All of these labels correspond with the pin number that you can kind of see right here. See how there's pin numbers there? And also there's a couple down here. Those pin numbers correspond with the buttons that are on the SPX kit, which are also listed out in the SPX notes manual. So you should be good to check those out there. And then I also have the pin numbers of each button that's on here on the button themselves, as well as their label in the SPX Experience kit. So it makes it easier for me to say, oh, I want to have something do something if I press P1. Okay, so what pin is P1? So I go over here. I have a nice label. It's right across from the pin. I know exactly where P1 is. Makes it super simple to set up and modify. So now I can develop mod boards without having to disassemble one of my Smashboxes. So this is a very exciting kit. I've been waiting for this to come out for a while, and I'm glad Hitbox sent this over to me so I could check it out and show you guys. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.